you want to know my opinion on what I think, just keep on watching. Hey guys, what's good? It's your girl Nisi here and I'm back with another video, and in today's video, big trigger warning, I'm coming with some sad news today. But I'm going to be talking about the story, as you already know by the title and the thumbnail, of the medical student slash TikToker. She was really popular on TikTok. But yeah, sadly, she was unalived by her roommate literally 3 days as she was just going to graduate. So her niche, what was on TikTok, was all about her studies and about her becoming a nurse. She's originally from the UK, but she's of Nigerian descent, and she was studying and living in the US. So yeah, it's a lot. So obviously people like, you know what I mean, this is worldwide. It's obviously over here in the UK. Her family are trying to get her body back to the UK. And this is just it's just a heartbreaking story overall. Like, so she's 23 years old, again, a medical student, and she was unalived by a 40-year-old man who was her roommate. And supposedly this is over a dispute to do with cats, which is BS. Like, come on. Listen, my mom's having issues with her neighbors about cats, and it never has to get to this point where someone has to be unalive. Like, come off it. People are saying, he probably wanted to, sleep with her, jealousy, you know what I mean? For me, people are trying to figure out, like, where's the landlord in this? Because why is a 40-year-old and a 20 something year old, like, why are they living together? Like, it's just wrong. It's bad enough that one's female and one's male, but the age gap, and then let's just say one night he did try and sleep with her or try and do something, and it could have been the same night he unalived her, she pushed him, things obviously got, and listen guys, I can't even say the words on here, but he did this around like 20, I think it's 28 times, numerous of times. And then once he did that, he tried to unalive himself and he failed, which he's like, so why could you unalive her perfectly fine but you couldn't do yourself? Like, but I'm gonna roll the news clip and I'll be back with my commentary.
Allegations in this case allege he stabbed his female roommate 28 times, killing her over some disagreement over his cat.
A young student nurse from the UK, Elizabeth Tamilore Odunsi, tragically passed away just days before she was set to graduate. Elizabeth, also known as Tamilore, was living in Houston, Texas, where she was pursuing her dreams in the medical field. On Saturday, April 26th, police officers arrived at her home for a welfare check after concerns were raised. When no one answered the door, officers noticed signs that something wasn't right and entered the apartment. Inside, they sadly discovered that Elizabeth had died. Elizabeth was just 23 years old and originally from London. She was remembered by friends and family as kind, dedicated, and full of promise. Her roommate, a 40-year-old man named Chester Lamar Grant, was also found in the home and taken to the hospital. He has since been charged in connection with Elizabeth's death and is currently in custody. Authorities are continuing to investigate, and the community mourns the loss of a bright young woman whose life ended far too soon.
Yeah, guys, so obviously you just heard that news clip and you've seen what she looked like. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Literally, the world was her oyster. You know what I mean? She was literally just about to graduate and she just left. You know what I mean? She had life going for her, and this guy's just come and snatched it and taken it away from her. Like, prayers to the family, because I know what it's like, because my kids are half Nigerian. I already know like how her family must be feeling, like just going through it. Because with Nigerians are everywhere in the world. Like, they travel, they study hard. Like, when it comes to their education, they don't play. So the fact that she was born and she grew up in the UK, but she didn't like how, the hospital, the NHS is in the UK, so she wanted to study and, work in America. That's fine. Like, you know what I mean? The world is your oyster, literally. But for her to go out like this, you know what I mean? It's just terrible. And it just makes you think, wow, if she was in the UK, maybe she still would be alive, you know what I mean? Even the fact that she had to share a room with this demon, because you know anything about this channel, these type of men are straight up demons, just trying to drag people to hell. The fact that she had to live with a person like that, I get it, the cost of living, people are sharing rooms and having to live with people they don't even like, but you know what I mean? It pays the bills. If she was in the UK, obviously she'd probably be living with her parents, if not a proper student accommodation. So people wanna like know about the landlord, like why were these two people living together? And let's just say it was an issue with cats. Was cats allowed in the premises, in the house? Maybe she was allergic. Do you know what I mean? If that was the case, then why was if the cat wasn't there initially from the beginning, why all of a sudden is there a cat? The thing when you have roommates, you both have to be in an agreement because you're both, paying the bills, etc. But yeah, this is really sad news. Praise to the family. Again, there's a GoFundMe. I'm gonna link it in my description below. Try and donate if you can. Yeah, praise to the family again because she and her family are based in the UK. They're trying to get her body back to the UK, so obviously they can do a burial. But yeah, straight up prayers. I'll put on the side her TikTok again. She was a popular TikTok influencer. And she's just schooling girls that want to get into nursing and giving advice on which and things that she wished she did before and what she had. Like, listen, when someone's putting out good vibes, good energy, like her content wasn't stupid, like it was educational, like it was just giving positive vibes. You know what I mean? She was just so beautiful and she just seemed happy. I was just been watching some of her videos. Obviously, before this, I didn't know her. I'm not into nursing, that field. But obviously, if you're into medical and stuff, you may know of her. But this is just sad. Like even when I see her face, she's just so cute and she just seems that innocent. Like, and then when you look at him, it's just like just straight up evil. Like this is very sad. But again, praise to the family and rest in peace. And I hope they get her body back in one piece. And then I hope the money that they raise it covers the funeral costs. Like it's just a lot. When you don't expect someone to, be unalived or pass, and it just hits you like, you know what I mean? Like it's just sad. But yeah, with this video, as soon as I seen it, I was and ahhing, but I wanted to bring awareness to it and just to watch out for these demons, watch out people you call your friends, people that you live with. I've done a video, just in case you're new here, I've done a video on a husband that took his wife on her birthday to a different part in Hawaii because they do live in Hawaii and he tried to unalive her. I'll put the picture there, but yeah. I do speak on topics like that, like these evil men that are just trying to drag people to hell. But yeah, let's get into some people's reactions.
I'm sorry, this is making no sense. You're telling me the British nurse student that was in Houston and was about a week away from her graduation was unalived due to a dispute with her roommate about their cats? That's not really adding up. Like, I know I'm not a detective, but when I think about that, you unalive somebody over some cats. So, 23-year-old Tamilore, a British nursing student British nursing student staying in Houston, right, with a 40-year-old roommate named Chester Lamar Grant. Let me make sure that's correct. Yeah, so Chester Lamar Grant. Just had to double check. You're telling me that they're saying that this entire thing happened because of a dispute over their cats. We also found out that Chester tried to commit, you know what, but it didn't work, so now they have him in custody. But I need more about this because something is not adding up in this story. Like I said, I know I'm not a detective, but I'm looking at it. What kind of a dispute could you have possibly had about cats, right? That led to that happening. There got to be something else happening here. Also, the dynamic between the roommates, maybe I'm not too sure, 23-year-old roommating with a 40-year-old. Something else is not clicking there for me. Maybe we'll have some more information on this, but no. What do y'all think, man? What do y'all think?
Listen, I agree with him. Like a dispute over cats, like that's the best you could have came up with. Obviously, the police, they've got my man, he's in custody. They can only go off what he tells them, you know what I mean? But hopefully, when the trial and everything else happens, hopefully he'll confess and I don't know, maybe be like, I was crazy in love with her or something. Listen, it's not about cats. And you know what? With this, I swear there wasn't even any signs of cats being there, like the little cat food or just little stuff like cat toys. Like there was nothing there. So it's just like, where is this cat you speak of? You know what I mean? But I'm with him. Like there's definitely more to the story. And if more does come out, I will keep you guys up to date and do like a follow up video. But nah, this is giving he wanted to do something with her and she was like no, or just pure jealousy. People just be hating on you, just you living, trying to live your best life. So yeah.
That 23-year-old British Nigerian nursing student that was brutally unalived by her 40-year-old hating ass roommate, that was pure jealousy. The fact that she was
Exactly.
so determined, so disciplined, I could literally imagine her waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to her clinicals. People will be jealous of you for setting your alarm clock at 5 a.m. and actually following through with the plans that you have. People will literally be jealous because of your relationship with Christ. They will literally be jealous of you having a positive outlook on life. I just wish that she would have had like a girls only dorm. But I understand she was probably trying to save money and just focusing on the goal, and probably just use maybe her financial aid to just pay for whatever and just stay focused. But I just hate that for her because she was literally about to accomplish her dreams. It's just like a lesson to really be observant of your surroundings. If you watch her video, I think that maybe the video before the last one that she posted, she literally says, you can't wait to like she can't wait to graduate so that she can shit on her haters. She was probably talking about that dude that was low key probably throwing slugs every day, asking like backhanded questions. Oh, you're always studying. Yeah, that's what you have to do if you want to graduate and actually become a stellar nurse. You got to think about it. This girl is, first of all, she's British. She's in America for school. She's 23. She looks beautiful. She's skinny. And her roommate is a 40-year-old man. I don't even know what race he is, but if you're 40 years old and you have a roommate, 9 times out of 10 you did not stay disciplined in your life, and you did not accomplish any of the goals that you wanted in your life. So seeing her get up every day at 5 a.m., coming home, studying, going to sleep, writing on her whiteboard, that dude was probably hating every move she made.
Yes, she hit the nail on the head. Like I said in my last clip, people will just be jealous of you for just being you and having a purpose. Like she said, having a relationship with God, Christ, setting your alarm and actually following up through and going to your job, to the gym, eating right. Just the little things that probably people take for granted, or what I mean. When you're just trying to make yourself a better person, people don't want to see you, succeed, so they try and pull you down. Again, she was a nurse, what I mean, influencer. She was putting out good, positive energy vibes and teaching, girls who are coming behind her what she thinks you should do and what books you should get, etc. She showed a lot of when she was studying, like the time she would finish studying, and it's just like, wow, like, what I mean? Just crazy. Her dedication was real. And it's just heartbreaking how close she was. So obviously with her passing, her sister has gone over there and she's picked up, when you graduate, she's picked up what she would have been collected. She did pass, the bar, her exams. I just know her funeral, like her funeral's sad anyway, but the fact that, what I mean, like she was literally this close. And it just makes you think, I don't know what's worse, or would it have been a worse, or if it was like the night she did graduate and maybe she went out and celebrated and then it happened, or is it that she was so close but she never got to fulfill? Because either way, the way this man was bad mind and jealous of her, he was gonna do it anyway. Forget the whole cats. I'm not believing the whole cat situation. I feel like this was premeditated and it was gonna happen regardless if it was before her graduating or after. But I think him doing it before she graduated, he knew exactly what he was doing and it was calculated. And yeah, it's just giving pure jealousy. Everything that woman said in her clip, I agree with her. Like, and these are the demons, again, so called family members, friends, roommates, colleagues. You've got to watch out for these evil people because they're lurking, they're always there. Like, every day we're walking amongst evilness and like demons, you know what I mean? So just be careful. Obviously, some demons, you don't know them, they could rob you, you know, and some you grew up with them, you know what I mean? You call a friend, you call a cousin, like you literally just don't know. But yeah, it's just sad, like roommates, you're cooking, you're sleeping. You know what I mean? Like that's your personal space. Like a lot happens outdoors, but you know when you reach home, you lock your doors, your windows. Like you're meant to feel safe. That's your sanctuary. You know, if you want to sage, blast music, you know, just be free. And she couldn't even do that because it was her roommate that, you know what I mean, on a live though.
I'm a grown man. I handle my business. You can't tell me nothing. But you can't control your emotions. Hmm? You that weak that your ego and pride get the best of you during the argument? Hmm? You had to unalive a little 23-year-old young lady, brighten her future?
Listen, he broke it down perfectly. You know, you have these old grown men say, "Oh, you know what I mean, my ego, my pride, blah blah blah." You can't even like I hate people that can't clap back or just have an argument. Like, why does it have to get physical? Why do you have to take someone's life away just because they cussed you out and they won in an argument? Because you hurt your ego, because you hurt your pride. So you know what I mean? You take away her precious life. She had so much going for her. Like, even when I heard that he was 40 years old, why does it, no offense, I know with the cost of living, people got to do what they got to do, but why does a 40-year-old need to share a gaff with a 20? Like, it just doesn't make sense. She's got stuff going for her life. Just because you've got nothing going for yourself, don't take it out on her. You know what I mean? So even when I heard that, I was like, that's crazy. Again, it's hard times. I get that. But when you see the look of this demon, like, nah. Like, it's just that typical, you know, out of shape, got nothing going for yourself. You probably got dumped probably a week ago. You know what I mean? So now he wanted to get a cat. And she was like, no. You know what I mean? Especially because, you know, she's dealing with medicine and stuff. I don't know, for some people, cats is just not it, or just animals, period. You know what I mean? We don't know, this man could be dirty, even though they're sharing a gaff together. Maybe she's the one cleaning, you know what I mean? Maybe he's more laid back. You know, when you get those people who clean whenever they feel like it. If you bring a cat or an animal into that situation, now that's like more work for her, as if she's not busy enough because she's a medical student. But his little clip, everything he said is on point. Like, there's a lot of these old men who are, you know, trying to be macho, you know, trying to be that big alpha. And soon as a woman says anything to them, they just want to end her life. And it's just like, what, just because she hurt your pride? Like, especially when it comes with arguments these days, you know what I mean? People can't even argue with people anymore because someone wants to take your life away. And it's just like, it's not my fault I read you for filth and you couldn't clap back. Like, it is what it is. You don't need to take someone's life away, you know what I mean? But yeah, still can't believe it. Like, this is very triggering. Like, it's just a very sad story, especially when I go on TikTok and I just see her face. It's just like, it's just sad, and I bet she literally never seen it coming. Like, because I don't believe this cat stuff, and there probably wasn't even an argument. Again, I feel like it was just pure jealousy, like just pure hate.
Read the story about the 23-year-old nurse that went to America to study nursing, and her life has been tragically taken away from her. As a mother
Insane
to
mother.
a female who will one day grow up and want to chase their own dreams, these are the kind of things that really scare me. Like, because it's like you want your children to grow up and be confident and be out in the world doing their own thing, but at the same time, there are people who are horrible and want to hurt humans for no reason. Like, oh, guys, I'm literally so heartbroken. Like, I can't even imagine the pain, the heartbreak, just everything that that family is feeling, losing their child to such a horrible, tragic accident. I don't even want to say accident because it feels like it was done on purpose. And I keep reading online, people are like, you know, don't put your lives online is the evil eye. But guys, it wasn't even done as an online thing. It was somebody that she lived with. Do you know what I mean? Like, the person was living with her, and I don't even understand how it was she was allowed to live with a male, a 40-year-old male. That's what I'm reading online, allegedly. These are the things that constantly deter me from having more children, because I just don't want to, I really don't want to bring up kids into this horrible world, well, where there is joy in life, but at the same time these things exist, and it is scary for me. Even when my child goes out to play and stuff like that, I'm even scared of that. Like, oh my gosh, guys, I just can't. Her videos then started to pop up on my FYP, and I went through her page, and she was so hardworking. Like, she dedicated her page to helping people and showing people the reality of becoming a nurse. She worked so hard, and she didn't even get to see her hard work come into fruition. And I just really hate that. Like, that's one dynamic I hate about life. Like, we always stress, we're always worrying, we're always working hard. And it's like, it's not promised to us. Like, life is actually not even promised to us. And it's just so sad. Oh, guys, honestly, I'm just so heartbroken. And I hope she can rest in peace. And I hope her family get justice. Really hope her family get justice, because we already know how black people are treated, especially in America.
Listen, what she said in her video, that's literally like the first thing that came to my mind. So if you're new here, I do have kids. I only have one daughter. And just a person that only has one child or one sex of that child, this is actually our worst fear. You know what I mean? Because God forbid if anything happens to my daughter, I've only got sons after that, and the fact what happened to her, I'm just feeling for a mom, like just getting that call because they didn't even live in the same country. And it was a couple of days that she wasn't like on socials or no one heard from her. So the police just literally just went round as a welfare check, like just to check in if you're okay. And that's what they walked into her, you know, multiple times. And he was just there on the floor, and they rushed him to hospital, then arrested him, etc. But I just find it really weird how he could unalive her, but he couldn't unalive himself. But yeah, I agree with everything what she said. Like, like when the kids, obviously you're always there for them, you wrap them in cotton wool, but it's like after they turn 18, it's literally the world's their oyster. It's up to them what they want to do. Even myself, at some points, I was thinking to leave the UK and move. And my parents, my dad, at the time, he was freaking out, like, no, don't move. But that's what I mean. Once you're a person, like, once your child's grown, like, it is what it is, you know what I mean? Obviously, you just pray for them, watch over them, talk to them every day, etc. Just you pray they make the right decisions. But again, when you have these demons and these haters and these evil people lurking and around you, doesn't matter what path you take, sometimes it always ends the same way. Like, it's very sad. Obviously, with my daughter, I try and have, the positive mind of thinking and just pray again and just pray it never happens. But sadly, it's just that phone call. Don't no parent want to get that phone call from a family member, a friend, the police. Like, it's just the fact that she lives in a whole different country. Like, I can't imagine. And then by the time the parents do see her body, she's just gonna change so much because I've been there. Like, I've seen dead body. You know what I mean? It's just, and sadly, this happened to my kid's godfather. He passed in another country, and the country he passed in was like really hot. So then by the time we got his body back to the UK, nah, you know what I mean? So fingers crossed they get the money in time with the GoFundMe and they get her body back ASAP. But this is very sad, man. Very sad.
The heart of man is desperately wicked. The heart of man is desperately wicked. The heart of man is very, very desperately wicked. And this is such a sad situation to see where, someone whose parents, like, who's so loved by her community, who has left the UK to the US to chase a better education, was days away from graduating, and somebody just took a life like that. That is one of the most saddest stories I've actually seen. And my thoughts and prayers go out to her family, because no one should experience this kind of hurt. And we need to continue to keep our friends and families in prayers, because the heart of man is desperately wicked. Tamilore, may your soul rest in perfect peace. May your soul rest in perfect peace. I'm going to put her GoFundMe on my bio. If anyone can donate, please, it would go a long way. No one should experience this at all. No one, not your family. I wouldn't wish this on anyone. I just pray that during this difficult time, her family and her loved ones will find peace, and the void that has been placed in their hearts will be filled with the blood of Jesus, in Jesus' name.
Listen, guys, what did he say? A heart of a man is desperately wicked. Like, his clip literally made me start crying. Like, just the way he broke it down, like this girl was doing so much for her community, friends, family, like everyone literally just speaking highly of her. You know what I mean? Her peers, like, this is sad, man. Really sad. But yeah, like you said, man, this is just giving pure jealousy, and then I feel like he probably maybe wanted some sort of relations with her. Like, look at her, you know what I mean? She's young, she's a goal getter. Like, that's what men look for in a woman, you know what I mean? obviously to this man, she's a very young girl. She's a little girl. Like, how could you do this? You know what I mean? And he has nothing going for himself. Again, he's out of shape. He's overweight. Why is she gonna go for you? You know what I mean? You're evil. You have nothing going for yourself. She can't be a go getter, and you think she's gonna want to go out with you as a bum, like, you know what I mean, a dusty. But yeah, I loved his clip, and yeah, everything he said, like, you know what I mean. And please try and donate to the GoFundMe if you can. Like, you know what I mean? I don't usually believe in these GoFundMes because usually stupid stories get like the big donations. But this, it's just the fact that she was becoming a medical nurse. Like, we need more people in the hospitals and, you know what I mean, in that sector. And she didn't even like the UK, like the healthcare system. And I don't blame her because it's trash. But, you know what I mean, being in America, she would earn more money, get more benefits and stuff. Because, you know what I mean, she could have even maybe graduated in America, then maybe started working in Nigeria, because obviously that's where her family comes from. Like, doctors and nurses are needed all over the globe in it. So again, the world was her oyster. She could have gone anywhere. But yeah, man. So
Hey guys, it's me Tammy. Today's video is kind of a sadder video, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm supposed to address this. I'm sure most of you guys have seen by now that there was a nursing student named Tammy who lived in Houston, and she was unfortunately killed a couple days before her graduation. She was supposed to have her pinning ceremony yesterday. I didn't know her personally, but we've been mutuals on TikTok for a couple of months now, and when I first saw like her videos, like I was like, oh my gosh, like another nursing student named Tammy, we're both interested in the same specialty. And I was like, I kind of like felt like I knew her because she was literally me but in a different state. I just want to use my platform to motivate you guys to contribute to her funeral service. Her sister started a GoFundMe, so whatever you guys have, like nothing is too small. Whatever you have, just please go donate. If it felt like I knew her, but I didn't. But I don't know how to like explain it, but I hope I'm not sending out like a wrong message to anybody. Like, I truly mean no harm by this video. And I think a lot of people, like when you search up Tammy nursing student, you're gonna see a couple of my videos, and I guess like it creates some type of confusion, but I just wanted to like clear the air. I just want to just let you guys know that this is also such a hard time for their family, so please be very respectful. Like, they're going through a lot right now, and it's also important that we also give them the space to grieve. This whole situation is honestly just so sad, and I really hope that she gets the justice that she deserves. And rest in peace, Tammy. I always said I was gonna reach out to you, but I never did, and honestly, like, now I deeply regret it. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and don't forget to donate. I'm gonna link the GoFundMe in my bio, and you guys can just go from there and donate whatever you have, even if it's $1. It doesn't matter, because you're donating to a good cause.
I loved her little clip. I wish she would have reached out, but again, you think you've got all the time in the world, you know, if she would have inboxed her. Because again, she inspired a lot of girls, you know what I mean? It's sad now that she's passed, but again, I'll put an image. So her name was Tammy Dollars on her TikTok. Check her out. Check out her videos. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, because that's what I mean. When people pass or influencers, I don't know what happens to like their videos, pages. You know what I mean? I don't know if her sister maybe wants to. You know what I mean? Because now that she's passed, obviously people are checking her out, so she'll obviously be accumulating and making money. Hopefully that will go towards her funeral costs. But yeah, if you want to check her out, that's her name on TikTok. But I get what she was saying. Like, they're obviously not the same person. I get it, because even when I was listening to it, I was like, wait, what? But I get it. When you feel really close, like you actually know the person, the influencer, I get it. Because even me, I get messages sometimes, even from like my beauty channel, and the person's like, "Ah, ah, ah," and I'm just like, you know what I mean? But I get what she was saying. Even me, you know what I mean? I'm a big like fan of certain people, and it's like we're friends in our head, but obviously we're not, because I've never met them before. You know what I mean? But yeah. It's just sad because now she's always gonna be like, oh, I wish I would have reached out to her. And the fact that they're into the same name, like, I don't know, some things are meant to be like that. I don't know. Even like doing meet and greets and stuff like that. If you ever get a chance, so I've been to one of a popular influencer. She was a beauty influencer from Birmingham. I met her and she was so lovely. You know what I mean? Really nice in real life. A lot smaller because I don't know. Sometimes on this, you know what I mean, on camera people be looking a certain way, but she was tiny in real life. My sister, she's into acting and she does say like the camera sometimes it puts weight on you on certain people. Don't know what that is, but yeah. But sad. That's what I mean. People who followed her, supported her, they're feeling it. You know what I mean? Can you imagine being a hardcore like support of that person, even like my subscribers, and then all of a sudden you find out that I've sadly passed, and it's just like, you know what I mean? But I was waiting for her next upload, and with TikTok, I know people upload like between like 3 to 4 videos per day. You know what I mean? She was very active. She's got loads of videos on there. Again, big following. Obviously people wanted to see her, do the whole hat, actually graduate, have a degree. So it's just all been stripped away, and like it's just terrible. You know what I mean? You've gone from seeing your favorite influencer on TikTok or YouTube, and now you're seeing their name and their picture on the news. Like, do you know how mind boggling that is? Like, but yeah, man, prayers to the family, straight up prayers.
This world is so evil, bro.
It sure
Why?
is.
Rest in peace to Elizabeth Tamilore Odunsi. My people's them. There's a GoFundMe page. Go and donate what you can. Elizabeth was only a couple of days away from graduating from the Texas Women's University to become a nurse when she was sadly unalived by her 40-year-old roommate. Bro, this makes me sad. I'm watching Elizabeth's TikTok and it just makes me so sad. Full of life, full of energy. She had a bright future ahead of her and it all got taken away by some... I'm not even gonna say the word, bro. Look at this, my peoples. Why? This is what I'm saying. Why? Like, for what reason? Like, come on, man. Like, for what reason? She is studying. You know what I mean? Look at this, my people. This is her TikTok, you know. All she's doing was studying and going hard. That's all she was doing. She was literally putting in work. And let me show you the saddest part about this, man.
I literally graduated in 3 weeks, and now's the time that I decided that I'm gonna start studying outside of my room. I'm about to graduate, and I really wish I had this during nursing school, because then look, it would have helped.
This is sad. She was literally about to graduate. You heard the excitement in her voice. Georgina Odunsi is the sister of Elizabeth, and she's flown into America to go and collect her sister's nursing pin. This is Georgina Odunsi collecting her sister's nursing pin. Damn, this is sad, bro. This is a real sad time. My condolences go out to the family. Rest in peace to Elizabeth Tamilore Odunsi, you beautiful soul. You are flying high right now with the angels.
Listen, I love the fact that a lot of British, influencers and people are speaking on this, even though, she's over the pond, she's in America. But yeah, man, like, we're shocked over here. I loved his clip, everything like he spotted, like, even him, he said when he watches her videos now, it's just like, why? It's just pure sadness now. Even though she's beautiful, you can just tell she's full of life. She likes to travel, obviously go out, eat, the every girly day stuff. But obviously because her content was mainly based on, nursing and study, just like all that studying she did, it's like, what? And some people, yeah, their niche and content is just stupid stuff, it's pranks, it's just all them, you know what I mean? But the fact that she was better in the world, better in herself, because there's nothing better than, getting an education, you know what I mean? And then she's sharing tips, and it's just really is. Even he's just like, whoa, like, this is sad. You know what I mean? The TikTok world, influencers, like, it's just like, and for the people that don't take it seriously or just mess around and just put out that bad, like, that demon time energy and things like that, it just makes you put things into perspective. Like, right now, she didn't deserve to go out like this, especially like what she was doing and what she was bringing to the world. It's just heartbreaking, man. It's really sad news. But again, People are showing her GoFundMe. Try and donate what you can. I'm gonna link it in my description. I'm gonna try and find it because I actually want to donate as well when I get paid. But yeah, it's just really, really sad news today.
So I was just watching a story that happened recently. RIP to this young girl, but there was a 23-year-old black woman in Houston, Texas, that was roommates with a 40-year-old man, and the 40-year-old man that was her roommate stabbed her multiple times, and reports are saying it was because of a disagreement with cats they had in an apartment. Now, this story is very odd to me because one, why is a 23-year-old woman roommates with a 40-year-old man? Then on top of that, they said they only been roommates for like 2 or 3 months. That makes it even more odd to me. A 23-year-old woman should not be roommates with some random 40-year-old man. Like, that just doesn't sit well with me, and it's weird. And RIP to her once again, but like a dispute over cats, I feel like something more had to have happened. It couldn't have been over cats. I just don't believe, I believe something else took place and that happened. 40-year-old man, 23-year-old woman. And and they said she was supposed to graduate, I think, was it May 4th from nursing school? It's just so sad. But yeah, I just have so many questions. So many questions. So many. Just something's not right.
That's crazy. So I didn't know they've not even lived together that long. So he said 2 to 3 months. So I have a feeling she lived there before he moved in. There's no way it's the other way around. I can't see that, especially because she's almost about to graduate. Like, why would she move at a time like this? You know what I mean? But again, everyone's asking for the landlord because this isn't right. Like, again, the fact that just living with a male, period, is, you know what I mean, can be tricky because, again, you know what I mean, things can happen, grape and etc. essay, etc. stuff. So I'm with him. This ain't about cats. I feel like he probably tried to, grape her or touch her. Obviously, defense mode's gone up, and then that's when he's unalived her. So what the woman said earlier on in this video when she said, oh, she wished she lived in an all girls dorm room or her roommate was a female, even that's not safe enough. I remember years ago there was a story where a black girl and a white girl were sharing a student accommodation. So this wasn't even like an apartment, this was a proper student accommodation. And the white girl was racist and she was poisoning. She was doing a madness putting stuff in like the black girls, like food, hair products. So again, these demons, they come in male, female, all shades of color. Like when someone's jealous of you and hates you for just being you, just being black, just trying to get an education, just trying to be a nurse. When someone hates you and they just basically want to drag you to hell, like it doesn't matter, female, male, what color, it's just gonna happen. You know what I mean? Again, they've already premeditated what they're gonna do to you because they're sick. You know what I mean? Twisted psychopaths. And yeah, but I agree with him. I can't wait for more to come out about this story, and then hopefully we get, the truth. Hopefully this guy gets sentenced. I'd love him to get the death penalty, but he might just get like 100 years in prison. Like, who knows? And again, the fact that he tried to unalive himself but was unsuccessful, it's like, really. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Big trigger warning, and please donate if you can, and please do share this video. I want this to get out. It's a must watch. I want to spread awareness, and just be on guard and look out for these so-called friends, roommates. Like, trust no one, basically. I know you can't always be like paranoid and have your head on a swivel, but when I just hear stories like this, it's just like, damn, it's happened again. You know what I mean? But yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.